morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning on this rainy Tuesday morning. That sounds like a strange word, right? Rainy. Wow. It's Tuesday, it's the 20th day of May. It's Good Morning Grenada with yours truly, the innocent one. How are you doing this morning? Dance like a winner man or a winner woman this morning. Yeah. Thanking God for being on the wake up list this morning once again. Didn't necessarily have to happen. Didn't have to be like that. His grace and His mercies carried me through amidst the trying times, yeah? It's 27 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to the busmen of the nation, all the busmen of the nation. Especially Norbert, Julian, Red Hot. Good morning to you. And your passengers at this time. Be careful on the road, right? Traction might just be a problem this morning, so give yourself the braking distance. And that goes out to all the drivers, okay?
One more time. If you are born again,
there's a drummer on that bus.
I want to hear you scream.
My Nawasa partner, how you doing, bro? Dance like a winner man.
Come on. I want to see you get your shoes on. Come on.
Yeah. I want to do this one. Today.
To do something right now. I want you to do it with me. As I was saying.
I speak that into your life.
Miracle follow me.
Today. Yeah.
Left, right, center.
Something that you've been hoping for, praying for, but it keeps eluding you.
Every day. Yes.
Today may it come through. Yeah. It's 26 minutes on to 7. Classic in the morning time. To all my online listeners, good morning, Yulin. Yulin likes to dance in the morning. Yulin, have a great dance.
Today, miracle follow me,
Mildred Smith, good morning. Jelly and McIntyre, good morning. Mary Ebanks. Cheryl Silly.
Today is my day,
Yoland Swan, good morning. Who else is there? Margaret Alexander is there. Yulin, good morning. How do you do? Rochelle Cummings, good morning. Catherine Phillip, good morning. Cheryl Charles. Yeah, no, Yulin must be dancing. She likes that in the morning. Dan Kumari Singh, good morning, all the way from Berbice, Guyana. That's my prayer for today. It will take a miracle. Monica Merose Williams. You know, sometimes all the odds are stacked up against you. Sylvina Charles, good morning. How do you do? Now Asa will be smiling. But that would be a half smile, alright? We want a real smile when we get more rain. Wifey, good morning. How do you do? You alright? Hope you're having a great day thus far in the US of A. 23 minutes on 27. What up? Driver and passenger of HD 390. Good morning.
Every good thing must follow you by force. by power, by might.
Okay, Yolan, I got you. You gotta remind me on Thursday, right? Something special is happening for Yolan on Thursday.
Can you do it right now? Let's go, follow! You can do better than that. Come on!
Follow!
No.
Today I command a miracle.
Follow me, follow me. Follow! Even money must follow you.
To all those of you out there in the diaspora, good morning to you.
Wherever they are.
In preparatory mode for coming home for Spice Mass 2024.
Follow me.
From all indications, it seems as though it will be off the hook.
Follow me.
The Matchgra is back. Unfortunately, they've moved it from Progress Park. Really thought you would have kept it up there. Nonetheless, good morning to CEO Cecil Noel, my friend. How are you doing, bro? Thomas Fupi Morin, good morning to you, my bro. How do you food? Nice. Pastor Laurie Dominic and the First Family, good morning to you. Sister Nadika, the First Lady. The children, good morning. The congregation of the Wester Hall New Testament Church of God. My good friend up at Stone Road in Wester Hall works at Roberts Enterprises. I promise I won't tell you morning again now because you're so miserable. But nonetheless, good morning to you and your management and staff of Roberts Enterprises there in St. George's. It's 22 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. We've got the AM edition of News and Sports coming up shortly. Walland Aquat, good morning. Veronica Sandy, good morning. Oswald Paley Davo, happy Thanksgiving. Now us are smiling, not... What happened to you? Nice. Martin Gordon, good morning, Gordon and the listeners. How are you doing? Hope all is well. Yeah. Let's get with the program. Good morning to Ariel and Kitty Cat and Alwyn. Hope you all are doing fine. Debbie, good morning to you and the family also. Mama Can, good morning. Munich, good morning. Good morning to Coles Gap in St. David. Corinth, good morning. Inspector Leon McQueen and family, good morning, bro. Zilon, what's up? How is AJ this morning? And the princess. Nice. Good. The neighbors, good morning. The Taylor family, you think it easy to take it easy, Ras? Morning. It's time for the word of the day, and the word of the day today is the word gadfly. Gadfly. And in literal use, gadfly refers to any of various flies such as horsefly, botfly, and wobblefly that bite or annoy livestock. Gadfly is most popular in figurative use, however, where it refers to someone who provokes or annoys other people, especially by persistent criticism. Gadfly. Here's how we can use the word in a sentence. The journalist was known as a gadfly for exposing hypocrisy in politics. Like Brian Tyler Cohen. And did no lie. Nice. Good. The folks inside of Cafe, good morning. Latant and surrounding areas, Mount Agnes. Morning to Mr. and Mrs. Bishop out there in Latant. How you doing, bro? All you good? You getting some rain? Nice. Good. Save some long mangoes for me, right? Good. Can't remember the lady naming about Wayne's sister. Right by Red Bull. Red Bull, good morning to Apretut, good morning. Central, Windsor Forest, good morning. Valerie Farray and family. Nice. I ain't calling nobody name again. Good morning, nobody. Lovely. It's time for the thought of the day, though. And the thought of the day: you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. You know, you'd often hear some folks saying, I'm too old for that. I am not old, I'm aged, and I promise myself that by the end of this year, if God permits, I will be fluent in playing the guitar. Yeah, that's a goal that I set. I've been playing around it too much. I mean, I can play a song or two, but I really want to learn to say a solo and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Alright, Mr. Aiden Slinger, the challenge is on, okay? Nice. Good morning to you and the family and your, all your students. Hope you are doing great. What's buzzing this morning? All African Liberation Day may become a national holiday in Grenada. In the region, St. Kitts Prime Minister says he is aware of CBI-related lawsuits. Internationally, Zelensky, that's Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. He urges allies to use all means to force Russia into peace talks. And in sports, you heard it, Obed McCoy replaces Jason Holder in the Windies World Cup squad. That and more coming up in the AM edition. We've got the regional roundup from the Caribbean News Desk, as always, with Dennis Chabral and his team. To the management and staff of the GBN, good morning. The total GBN, inclusive of Hot FM. Yep. Morning. You know, sometimes I try to figure out if people really understand the sacrifices that are made. It's not easy. You know, you give some people a role to play, talking an audience and so forth, and it's so difficult. We are here every day, man, and, I aim for perfection, I don't always get it right. Especially in the reading. Sometimes you read too fast and you mispronounce, and then you can't, you cannot use white off and white it off. You understand what I'm saying? But nonetheless, it's my aim to do the best that I can, and that is as far as it goes. You understand what I'm saying? 16 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to my good friend Edwin Frank. How you doing, bro? Good morning to you. I want to say good morning to the folks at Six Senses in Las Vegas, Grenada. Good morning to the entire management and staff. Yeah, hope you all are doing fine. Ronald Robinson, good morning, bro, from Palm Coast, Florida. Sharon Bartholomew, good morning, you all the way from Northern Virginia. Happy Tuesday. Anika Reese, good morning. Sharon Pilgrim, I'm just looking for a red cent and a black $1. Okay. Michelle Bernard, good morning. Howdy do? Good morning, Miss Jeremiah. Hope you're fine, right? And people are asking about you, give us a call. Give me a call. Let me make sure you're okay? Nice. Good. Folks, this is where we take the break. We've got to do the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Those of you who are on the television platform, you have a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Have a good day.
Thanks for joining us. One farmer in St. Andrew is in distress as most of his produce was destroyed by animals in the area, a recurring issue that he can no longer tolerate. Rena Pet Thomas visited his farm to bring you his story.
Titus Tyson, affectionately known as Popal, has dedicated over 30 years to farming his plot of land in the Paradise Telescope area. However, his efforts have been consistently undermined by a distressing issue, the destruction of his crops by roaming livestock, leaving him in a state of despair. Early Sunday morning, as Tyson ventured to his farm with hopes of harvesting his watermelon crop for sale, he was met with heartbreak. Nearly 90% of his carefully nurtured produce lay ruined, a casualty of negligence by a nearby livestock owner.
This morning, on reaching the garden this morning, I noticed a pig was going away from the garden. Well, the first thing I noticed is a mango close to the camp got eaten by the pig. Then I realized the golden apples and them on the ground also got eaten up. So that led me to trails into the watermelon field. And then entering the field, I noticed that a couple melons was eaten, bite up. So I walked further inside the field, and this is what I noticed, that the damage that he done inside it.
This incident not only impacts Tyson's financial stability, but also underscores broader concerns about the need for better management of livestock and measures to protect farmers from such losses.
Damage now is approximately about 60 watermelons get eaten up by the pig. The melon and them, on average, are getting about 15 pounds, 10 pounds for the least, the watermelon. Right? So I'm talking watermelon going up to all, some of them might be bringing out 25 pounds, you know? So it's a heavy loss to me. And my estimate, about 500 pounds of watermelon, $3 a pound, so that is about $1,500.
This unfortunate incident is not an isolated one for Tyson. He said he has repeatedly faced similar challenges.
It's not only animals, you know. This watermelon plot especially, from the time the plot was young, the melons just coming in, I've been experiencing thief. They've been thieving the melon from very small. Busting, when they open it, it was white. They just showing it all about the place you see it. They just busting the melon and showing it, you know. And then, sometime last week, I noticed a footmark with a cow and the owner foot behind the cow. I didn't know who it was, so I couldn't get to them. This morning, it's unbearable. It's hard to bear. It's very, very hard to bear. I tell you, the only thing this morning is that water just didn't come from my eyes.
Tyson said this incident prompted him to file a report with the Royal Grenada Police Force and notify the owner of the livestock responsible for the damage.
I put my trust in the Father. I really don't want to lose my crew. Because it's a very thin line of staying calm and going over the road. Went and wake up the owner and carry him here, he come and see the damage. But I don't know how reluctant he might be in pain, you know. I really don't know. I'm hoping that we won't have to have any further problem. I went to the police. The police will come and do a story as well. I went to the appraiser. He will be here shortly.
He is hoping that there will be a day where such distressing episodes becomes a thing of the past, allowing farmers to thrive and contribute positively to their communities. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Other news, the government of Grenada is set to introduce stricter penalties for farm-related offences in response to the recent surge in gun violence. A comprehensive firearms amendment bill will be presented for debate during the two-day session of the House of Representatives on June 4 and 5. Nisha Paul has the rest of the details.
The 28-clause Firearms Amendment Bill proposes significant changes to curb escalating violence by imposing harsher consequences for gun-related offenses. For example, an offender could face up to 20 years in prison on a summary conviction of unlawful possession of a firearm or ammunition and up to 40 years in prison upon conviction on an indictment. Carrying illegal firearms in public places could lead to fines up to $100,000 and up to 10 years in prison. Additionally, possessing firearms with intent to cause injury could result in 20 years imprisonment. The bill also proposes fines ranging from $50,000 to $100,000 and imprisonment for 5 to 10 years upon a summary conviction for discharging a firearm in a public place. Upon conviction on an indictment, these penalties increase to fines between $100,000 and $250,000 and imprisonment for 10 to 20 years. The bill also addresses stricter penalties for failing to report lost or stolen firearms and for not complying with police requests. Additional clauses focus on increasing penalties for the unlawful import importation, exportation, and transshipment of firearms, as well as manufacturing and dealing without a license. These amendments seek to impose severe consequences on gun-related crimes, reflecting the government's effort to curb escalating violence and enhance public safety. The Firearms Amendment Bill must be approved by both houses of Parliament before taking effect. Reporting for GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Meanwhile, citizens are chiming in on the proposed amendments to the Firearms Act, which aim to enforce stricter penalties for gun-related crimes, which are mostly perpetuated by young men. Here are some of the views expressed.
It is long overdue that we should increase the penalties for possession of firearms. We don't produce firearms here, so most of the firearms come into the country as a consequence of our geographical expression. Our borders are quite porous. So that I think what we really need is the ability to do regular surveillance of our coast.
I feel, to be honest, the government should be doing that long. And if they want to run a country, as I see, they have to put state penalty because it will come to them sooner or later.
It's a good idea. Something good to do. Got too much crime in the country. So I'm behind them 100%.
And when these guys are get caught, you leave them inside there for a very long time. Proper counseling. And then when they come out, you give them something to do. Being unoccupied causes a lot of problems to these youths. Some of them frustrated because they have nothing to do. You know, the devil find work for idle hands.
But when the guys go to the court, like they kill somebody, the penalty should be hanging. Right? Because when these guys go, they come and they kill your brother, they kill your sister, and they go in there, they spend 5 years or 10 years, they come back out. Right? And all they will tell you that they will go in jail and they will come out. And they will continue doing it. Right? But if you give them some form of corporal punishment, like hanging or so, maybe they go desist. They find, or at least, even if you didn't directly hang them, as I will say. But that should be part of the sentence. So even if you do it, but when they're inside it, then every morning they have to be wondering how much time I have left, and maybe you go deter them.
Now, one of two men remanded to prison on a capital murder charge in connection with the May 12 shooting death of Vaughn Warney Cyrus is facing a second murder charge in connection with a fatal shooting 1 week earlier in Snook Corner. We get more details in this report.
The Royal Grenada Police Force has laid an additional capital murder charge against 34-year-old St. George's businessman Razim Mitchell. This new charge is in connection with the May 5th shooting death of Shane Brown, a resident of Beaulieu, St. George. Mitchell was charged over the weekend, making him the second person arrested in connection with the death of Brown, who was reportedly shot and killed by two masked men in the Snug Corner area. Last Friday, police announced the arrest of 35-year-old Kevon Rondell Niles, a bus driver from Willis, St. George. Niles faces charges of capital murder, possession of a firearm, and possession of ammunition. Both Mitchell and Niles appeared before Chief Magistrate Francine Foster at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court on Monday. Niles was represented by attorney Anselm Clouden, while attorney Jerry Edwin, who did not attend the morning's proceedings, confirmed that he will be providing legal counsel for Mitchell in his second murder case.
I haven't had disclosure or anything yet because they have to put the file in order, and sometime later this week I assume I will get disclosure. With respect to the situation at hand, the situation is coming under control. There's no doubt that the situation is coming under control. The country is quieting down, and it's good for the entire Tri-Island state. That's all I wish to say at this juncture with respect to the matter.
Attorney Anslem Clouden. The preliminary inquiry into the capital murder charges against both men is set to commence before the Chief Magistrate on October 1st. Both men are scheduled to reappear in court for mention on June 10th. Reporting for GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
High-ranking officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force have no explanation on why charges were dropped against a U.S. national linked to several firearms found in a container in Grenada last December. More details in this report.
Despite efforts by the Royal Grenada Police Force to crack down on illegal guns in Grenada, along with the government's move to implement stiffer penalties for the possession of illegal firearms, the justice system seems to have dropped the ball on a firearm-related case. All charges were dropped against a U.S. national who was arrested on charge in connection with several firearms found in a container shipped to Grenada in December. Despite calls to various persons seeking clarity on the matter, the news team was unable to obtain any explanation for the judgment. The question was posed this morning in a press conference with ranking officers of the RGPF. Detective Corporal Kimber Cotain, attached to the Criminal Investigation Department, responded, stating that police officers have no power over decisions made in the court.
That the criminal justice system has different components. The police has a responsibility for law enforcement, the apprehension of persons who are in conflict with the law. What happens in the domain of the courts lies solely on the magistrates and the judge and their discretion. So the police will not be in a position to try to justify what happened there and to give an explanation. We deal with law enforcement and implementing those laws and in respect to arrests and brought before a court.
When the role of the prosecution department of the Royal Grenada Police Force and presenting evidence before the court was brought into question, the officer had this to say.
To speak as to why they had no knowledge, allegedly, but why I can say that yes, the prosecution bring forth the evidence, the material facts, but what happens as a result of that lies on the magistrate and their discretion.
The sequence of events leading to this development traces back to December 2022, when a cache of gun and ammunition was uncovered during routine searches at the St. George's port. The items were traced back to a retired U.S. soldier residing in Grenada. He claimed innocence, asserting that some of the weapons were unknowingly shipped from his U.S. residence by a third party. Among the seized firearms were high-powered semi-automatic rifles, some of which are prohibited under local laws. When approached for a comment earlier this month on the matter, Minister for National Security, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, said he was unaware of the latest development in the case.
No, I'm not aware of that. I have not been briefed on it, but it's certainly something that I would look into. Now that you've raised it. Thank you.
Rena Bay Thomas, GBN News.
Superintendent Esau Pear, who's in charge of operations of the Royal Grenada Police Force, has announced that numerous individuals have taken advantage of the 90-day gun amnesty, which went into effect on May 1. The amnesty was implemented to encourage the voluntary surrender of illegal firearms and promote public safety. It offers a window for individuals to turn in firearms without facing legal repercussions.
I would not venture into indicating the number of weapons, ammunition that has been surrendered. But I will let you know, however, that persons has been taken advantage of the amnesty. We have had some weapon and ammunition surrendered.
During a news conference this morning, Superintendent Pear addressed questions regarding the number of guns handed over since the start of the amnesty period. He indicated that specific data on the quantity and types of firearms surrendered would be made available at a later date.
And the expectation of the law, a tally will be made, and at the end of the amnesty, we will make a pronouncement as to what has been surrendered and the total. So for I doubt as much you want to wait until after July, at the end of the amnesty, when most stringent measures will be put in place for those persons being held with illegal weapon.
Superintendent Pear emphasized the importance of the gun amnesty in curbing gun-related crimes and ensuring a safer environment for all. He urged anyone in possession of illegal firearms to take advantage of the remaining period of the amnesty and contribute to efforts aimed at reducing gun violence. Well, it was an evening filled with entertainment as 12 young and aspiring models took to the stage in a display of beauty and talent. Organizers of the Little Mr. and Miss Grenada said they are satisfied with the outcome of this year's pageant and commended sponsors for the support provided. Christina John attended the pageant.
I'm just too excited. I can't even speak right now. This is the first time I ever win a crown, and it's very great, actually. Make sure they have confidence and braveness.
That was newly crowned Little Mr. and Miss Grenada. Following an evening filled with bravery, talent, elegance, and excitement, the Little Mr. and Miss Grenada 2024 have been crowned. Kamari Francis, representing the community of Rookie St. David, won the male title, while Little Miss St. George, Saraya Abraham, won the female title. Saraya also won the categories of Best Talent and Best Introductory Speech, while Kamari secured Best Introductory Speech and Mr. Photogenic. Contestants were judged in 5 categories: Best Introductory Speech, Best National Wear, Best Talent, Mr. and Miss Photogenic, and Best Evening Wear. Second runner-up in the male category went to Montrose resident Jamari Alexander, also with Best Interview and Best Classical Wear, while Christian Sylvester from Shantimel St. Patrick was first runner-up and won Best Talent and Best National Wear. Second runner-up for the females was Miss St. Mark Stephanie Antwine and Miss St. John Jawadi Oliver, first runner-up, who also won Best Interview. Little Miss St. David Celine Marisho won Best Evening Wear and Miss Photogenic. The moms who accompanied their children throughout the preparatory period were also awarded. Here are excerpts from Saturday night's pageant.
time, either I want it or I don't want it. My price is my price. A lot of time we tell you this about people, all they want is everything free.
Christina John, GBN News.
All right, a look at the GNCD's latest initiative. It's time for GBN I Saw. Stay with us.
Feature in tonight's I Saw. The Grenada Paralympic Committee, in association with Advocacy Grenada Inc. and the Grenada National Council of the Disabled, present Voucher in the communities in an effort to promote inclusivity. Although anyone can play the game, it is specifically designed for persons with cerebral palsy, a disorder that affects movement, muscular tone, or posture. We thank our citizen journalists for that submission. Send us a photo and video submission via WhatsApp at 405-3052.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for Grenada to laugh again. Heritage Theatre presents Spice Laugh Comedy Bash 2024, Saturday, June 22nd and Sunday, 23rd June at the Trade Center in Grandance, and on Sunday, 30th June at the Deluxe Cinema in Grenville. Showtime, 7 p.m. every time, featuring some of Grenada's best ambassadors of comedy: Robert White, Dillion Walters, Kareem Alexis, Dale Bowler, and other outstanding comedic performances, all coming to knock you off your seats with laughter. Get your tickets now. Bring out the entire family. Tickets are $60 and available at Mitchell's Pharmacy in Grandance, Gittins Health and Wellness at all outlets, Art and Soul Bookstore, Spiceland Mall, 3B's Shoe Store, downtown St. George's, Calico Supermarket, Grenville and Sutairs, St. David's Pharmacy, and Go to Fet. It's time for Spice Laugh Comedy Bash 2024.
Get ready, Grenada, for the 18th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Hubbard's Legends in Concert, as we raise our hands and give thanks. On Saturday, October 26, 2024, Thanksgiving weekend, Grenada Trade Center, 7:30 p.m. Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
Avoid leaks at home. Save water.
This awareness initiative is part of activities under the Climate Resilient Water sector in Grenada. The project is funded by the Green Climate Fund, the German government, and the government of Grenada.
From the fertile heart of Grenada to the far reaches of the globe, Ram's Supermarket brings together the best of both worlds. Savor the freshest, locally sourced produce from our trusted Grenadian farmers and explore a curated selection of top-quality international favorites. Experience a shopping journey where warmth meets a world of flavors and affordability meets premium quality. At Rams, we welcome everyone to discover the joy of global and local culinary delights. Nestled in Sugar Mill, Grand Anse, we are open all week to offer you a taste of home and beyond. Rams Supermarket, where our family, community, and the world come together. We are the good food people.
served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast, and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, closing deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate Mom, because to us, she's so much more.
Notice is hereby given that the 95th Annual General Meeting of Shareholders of the Grenada Building and Loan Association will be held virtually on Zoom, as well as at the Presbyterian Church, Granitang Road, St. George's, on Wednesday 29th May, commencing at 4:30 p.m. For further information, you can contact the association's office at 440-2108, 459-2103 on WhatsApp, or email info@grenadabla.com. Virtual meeting details will be made available prior to the meeting.
The laundry, always do a full load. Save water.
This awareness initiative is part of activities under the Climate Resilient Water sector in Grenada. The project is funded by the Green Climate Fund, the German government, and the government of Grenada.
Good morning. Welcome, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. It's 16 minutes after 7 o'clock, and as you realize, I've got some brilliant faces with me in the studio this morning. This morning, I'm joined by two goodly gentlemen representing Project Music, and as we go through the conversation, you'll get the gist of what it's all about. To my extreme right is Mr. Jason Sylvester and Jadon Sylvester, and to my immediate right is my good friend Dr. Francis Martin. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning. All right, you all really musically inclined and should you all sound really harmonious there. Yeah. All right. I think we had that conversation last year already. Yeah, we had a similar conversation. I don't think Dr. Martin was on it, but you were here. Yeah. Right. So, give us a backdrop on what exactly is Project Grenada.
Oh, Project Music.
Project Music. Some political demo. All right.
Well, Project Music has a very relatively long history, and there is certain components of Project Music that has that we have engendered over the years. But the core value of Project Music is giving musicians an opportunity and ability to hone their skills, to improve themselves, to get acquainted with a higher level of music, much to an international standards. I mean, in the music fraternity, we have a kind of jargon that we use sometimes. Once someone feel they can play 3 chords, they feel they're a musician.
Okay, well that just make me know I'm not a musician. I could play C, D, G, sometimes an F. Right? Yeah.
So what Project Music does is give musicians an opportunity to come in and really improve their skills, improve them, let them be interested in the music itself, understanding that it's not just about picking up an instrument and playing it, but being able to express yourself on that instrument, being able to be to speak to an audience that that recognizes that level of music, and that's really important. This is really important. I recall many years ago when I was in a gospel band, and because of the level of music that we played, we went to New York, and there were some new musicians there. I picked up my instrument, and I was playing with them, and I couldn't believe people that I've never met before. Just play with them because you understand the basics, that you understand the rules of the music and so on. So
music is a language, right?
Right.
Once you can talk English, you can converse in English.
Good. So Project Music aim and goal is to do just that, to take you to a level where you become really proficient and you can become, international if you really want to become international.
And what are the prerequisites for that?
Just be a musician, but not be able to play an instrument. You have to be a musician.
Okay.
So not just being able to play the guitar or whatever it is. You must have a personal interest in what you're doing and a desire to raise the level of competence of what you're doing. And if you are that person, then Project Music is a place for you.
Would it require you to be able to read music, read and write scores?
No, it doesn't require that, because there are different specialities within the music fraternity. There are writers, there are arrangers, there are players, there are music analysts. So it really doesn't matter what you're able to do. It's just that you have to have the attitude of wanting to raise your skill and your competence to a level that becomes internationally recognized.
Because my reason for asking that question, I know quite a number of musicians. I mean, at the top of my head, Boyo from Tivoli comes to mind. He is a boss musician. When I say that, he plays the guitar, he plays the bass, he could play the drums, but you put a music score sheet in front of him and he knows nothing. I mean, he might be able to figure out a chord or two, but whereas you give a Jamu or someone from the police band a music sheet and they can go through it proficiently.
Yeah.
So hence the reason why I asked that. You don't necessarily need to be reading music.
Absolutely not, because I have musician friends who can read music very well, but once you remove the music sheet in front of them, they don't know what to do.
Okay.
So that is also a possibility.
But I mean, as a part of, if you do want to take your skill to that next level, it would be good if you could, it doesn't matter if you can't read right now, but going through the project, we might, 1 or 2 songs, we might just say, we probably haven't rehearsed before, so we just give you the sheets. It would be good if you could be able to do that. So while developing, you could learn to read and have that practice and engagement with reading music.
So what's the duration of a project music? What's it, the time span?
Well, generally, we start just about the beginning of the year, and usually our programs run up until just before Carnival. There is no specific dates, but our projects usually culminate with an activity somewhere around what's happening now. June 2nd is when we're going to be having the program, the entertainment aspect. Well, it's really not entertainment aspect, but the event is around June.
The culmination event.
Yeah.
Called an evening of music.
It's called an evening of music, and that's happening on June 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah. Over the carnival season, we kind of rest a little bit, and sometimes again we recommence after carnival in aim of having a program sometime in November of the year. So we have like 2 sections in the year where we bring musicians together and culminate with an event.
Okay. Someone is asking via the WhatsApp platform, do they teach how to play the harp?
Well, we don't teach people how to play. It actually requires you to have an operational competence on the instrument as well before you come in, because we are not teaching the music or teaching people to play an instrument. It's like taking you from basics or intermediate to become better than you do. But harp is not. I don't know of any facility on the island here in Grenada where we teach harp. And certainly we don't.
Okay.
Do harp, yeah.
Jaden, what instrument do you play, or instruments do you play?
I play the drums.
Okay.
But Jaden could play other instruments, Jaden. Come on.
Yeah, but we focusing on project music. Project music, I play the drums.
Okay, but generally, what other instruments do you play?
Keyboard, bass, guitar. Pretty much anything I could get my hands on to.
Right. I'm going to tweak the conversation a bit, right? You're youthful. Well, Doc, you're youthful too. But he's youthfuler. All right. How has music impacted your life? Your youthful life. How has music impacted your life? I'm trying to get a message across.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the importance of music. How music can be used positively. How has music impacted your life?
There's a lot of different ways music can be used positively, from the music you play on the radio.
But how has it impacted your life? I want you to speak to the young people.
Okay. Well, for me personally, music has impacted my life in a lot of different ways, from the way you think, from the way you speak to other people, your interactions, there's a lot of different things. If you really listen to a lot of music, a lot of different types of music, a lot of different messages that come through a lot of different music, it can change your mentality on a whole, It's like even playing music can develop a certain level of thinking, a certain level of understanding, especially like on the spot, because a lot of the time what we do, especially in project music, we try to focus on the different musicians being able to solo. So you basically expressing yourself through your instrument, whatever emotion that you're feeling in that time there. You're translating it from whatever is in your head physically through to that instrument for other people to hear. And that's just a channel of expressing yourself, through music. And I think that's a great way for people to express themselves, is through music. Yeah. And a lot of the music that we play, when you really listen to a lot of the lyrics, I remember the other day, one of the songs that we were playing on Sunday is called Roll It Gal. Roll It Gal.
Nice. Yeah.
Right. And I remember we came to rehearsal, and Doc was like, I never know that song was so good. The message in the song, how deep it was, because as soon as he heard Roll It Gal, he thought it was just some
normal slackness.
The normal soga thing. But when he really listened to it, to practice it, and he listened to the message, it's like, wow.
Well, I have to listen it too, because I categorize it too.
You need to listen to that song, because I stereotype the song.
Yeah, me too.
Roll It Gal, I just immediately painted a picture. But that song is about women's liberation. about women development. It was so, the song is so deep, I felt guilty in myself for stereotyping the song.
I need to listen
to the sound.
Because I mean, I'm a Calypsonian.
Right.
I like deep social commentary, political commentary to an extent, but what we call the kind of songs that we thought World Girl was, once I hear it once or twice, I have it on a side, so I never pay attention to it.
Pay attention to it. It was an eye-opening thing for me, and I want to add something to what Jaden said about the impact of music on children, on young persons. I do not know any musician who is unemployed. I do not know any musician who doesn't have a profession. Very skillfully engaged in something, some career or profession. I do not know a musician who is on the street.
And why is that so?
As Jaden said, music has this way of tweaking your brain and tweaking your mind into becoming something very, very useful for yourself and society. Every musician I know is either a career-oriented person or a professional person or something like that.
I never in my wildest dreams thought you were a musician. I thought you were all about medicine.
Yeah,
but then coming to think of it, Trevor Friday.
Exactly. Yeah, I had a life before I went to medical school. I mean, I refer to myself as a professional jazz bass player, but I played the keyboard, the piano, the guitar, the trumpet, the saxophone, the clarinet.
Really? Wow! This is a wow moment for me, Doc. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Now, Doc, I'm going to put you on the spot. We have. It is often said that society is declining, especially among the youth. You being a medical practitioner and a musician, how do you think, from an administrative standpoint, we can impact society by having our young people more gainfully channeled, especially through music? You said it right, musicians don't go unemployed except they choose to.
Well, usually they don't choose to, because the mere fact that they're a musician, your brain is in a different, and so music can be used to do this. And I think the Ministry of Social Development, and not just the Ministry of Culture, is doing a great thing by engaging that very robust and extensive music program that they have in the schools. But we do recognize that the Ministry of Culture cannot do it all, and so Project Music is stepping in to help Ministry of Culture do this thing where we improve and increase musicians' ability to express themselves and develop their art and their skill. And this is why on June 2nd, when we have the program called An Evening of Music, the majority of that evening will be student performances from a number of different music schools on the island, music entities on the island. And that usually, for me, every year when we do that project, that's the highlight for the evening for me, because it shows me the type of musicians that are going to take over the music industry or the music landscape in Grenada. It gives me the confidence that they are good skilled and the variety of instruments that are being played. So, I mean, for the person who's going to come to the program on June 2nd, I really want them to get there in time to be able to observe those student performances, because we have students from like St. Mary's Junior School, Constantine Methodist School, St. George's Institute, Presentation Boys College, Grenada Junior Academy, Happy Hill Secondary School, St. Andrew's Learning Center, and they'll be playing a number of instruments from violin to piano and other, that kind of thing. Yeah. Pan as well,
Are you comfortable with the level of interest that our people, especially the young people, are showing in music in Grenada at the moment?
I am. I think the interest is more now than when I was a kid. The interest has improved over the years. I'm still not completely satisfied. I think more interest could be played more interest could be laid in terms of having children interested. But I assure you that because of what the Ministry of Culture is doing and what we as Project Music is doing, within the 5 to 10 years, as I had a conversation with Miss Tamer, the whole music conversation on the island will have to change, because there'll be a lot of young musicians, a lot of middle-aged musicians who have really good skills, and I believe the whole music itself on the island is going to improve as it has been improving over the last decade or two.
Someone says, Keith Lalson says, good morning. First and foremost, parents' involvement is a key factor.
Absolutely, parents' involvement is a key factor, but parents have to learn not to stifle their kids. I lived in a village where right around me was a Rastafarian who used to play guitar and so on, and I stood outside the door all the time trying to learn to play the guitar. My mom thought I was going to become a Rasta, so she's...
that's unfathomable.
I'm telling you. And so playing calypso and reggae was very difficult for me because my mom thought this was sinful. You shouldn't play calypso and reggae. And that's why when I learned to play guitar, doing soul and jazz was natural to me because she never opposed those two things. So even now as an adult musician, playing soul and jazz, I don't even have to think. But when it comes to reggae and soca, I have to focus because it was not something natural to me. So parents have that good nurturing ability, but they have to remember not to stifle their kids and not to use stereotypes. Let the kids be exposed to all type of music.
Wow, this is a conversation that needs to be had a little more frequently. Definitely, you're really raising my pores this morning. The program on the 2nd of June, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. What time does it start?
6 p.m.
And where?
True Blue, okay. Dodgy Dock.
Dodgy Dock.
Yeah.
It's 6 or 5?
6, I believe.
Okay, I know we'll have a big turnout for that event.
It's really open to anybody, even musicians, if you want to come through, because if you're a professional musician and you'd like to come and you can play at that level and you'd like to come and sit in on one of the few tunes that Project Music might be playing on that evening, that should be fine.
Okay, so as we said earlier, that event on the 2nd of June is the culmination for that season that you had.
Yeah.
When does the next season start?
Well, we're going to start after Carnival in preparation for the Family Day in November. So somewhere around September, we bring musicians together again to prepare for family. As I was saying earlier, the section of the music that I like is the student performance, but the other section that Jaden was talking about is called the musicians jam. That's a word that is commonly used in the music fraternity.
Yeah, let's jam this up.
Let's jam, right.
Yeah.
So the core musicians would be on stage playing the core instruments, but this is an opportunity where other accomplished musicians can come with their instruments and just sit in
and join the jam.
Right. It's like Aiden Slinger is going to come through. Paul Alexander is going to come through.
A jammer might come through.
You never know.
No, he won't be back then. He'll be back on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's the portion, that's a part of this event that musicians themselves enjoy, because you get a chance to come in and express yourself on your instrument.
Somebody wants to get in on the conversation. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Okay, we seem to have lost that caller. Sorry, caller. This is interesting stuff. Let's take the call. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Welcome to the program.
Hey, Doc one Santimel, you know. Doc's was no music. He play all the bands, combo band, the past years gone by.
Okay, so get to the point.
Yeah, well, you see, my son and him was music man in the time gone when he was young. But the mom telling them, don't play so she wanted them to play gospel. I said, leave the child, take care of it, you may get it. When you get big, which way you want. So at the end, stop the kaiso. Sing kaiso.
Okay.
There's a problem with parents, you know. When you're doing things for your children, you give me better thing for parents really you want fame for your children. You expose children to all kind of thing. There was sportsmen, there was music men, there was this, there was that. I trying to put them in everything in our field, and they was well qualified.
Okay.
Theory-wise. Okay. That's the problem with parents. Parents are able to get their own gift for themselves in life. Everybody has their own gift in life, man.
Okay.
Let children go for it and just support them. You know, that was parents to support the children.
Thank you, caller.
Doc is a music man from Chantimel, man.
Yeah.
Doc no music.
I never knew you were from Chantimel. I thought you were a tongue boy.
No. I was born in Chantimel. I grew up in Grand Roy. My mother come and squat in Dabo because things was really tight, and then my life mushroomed after that.
All right. Someone is saying here via the WhatsApp platform, musicians are not well paid on the island. They seem to be paid on a bargaining basis. Musicians also must learn to be timely and learn performance ethics in terms of behavior at performances. A neat idea to develop more musicians. Music is the food of the soul. Earlier there are many brands, but this has dwindled. Good initiative. That's one of someone else says, good morning. What is the collaboration and support provided by the creative arts industry, etc.?
Well, the first part of the comment was that I understand what the person is saying, but we are not an entertainment entity. We're not an entertainment entity. We're a music development entity. I don't know any other entity that is focusing on music development. Everybody's having a reggae show, a calypso show, whatever it is. We're not that type of thing. So I'm not able to comment on the etiquette of musicians in that way, because we're a development entity. We have constantly been in touch with governments over the years to have collaborations, and we have had collaborations from governments at different years. With a specific creative but the committee or something, we have not had a useful engagement with them thus far. We are constantly trying to speak with Ministry of Culture and so on, but there are so many permutations surrounding having to engage those entities that we're just going to leave it like that.
Also the red tape and bureaucracy and yeah, I know that sort of thing. Morning, can I have a number for Project Music? My son is very interested in music.
He's interested. Well, if he's already able to play the music, then if he's able to have a working competence on an instrument, then pure Project Music is a place for him. If he doesn't know how to play an instrument, he has to learn how to play an instrument first, and then he comes through. I remember what Matthias' numbers is, but my number is 4050311. They can actually text me 4050311, tell me what it is all about, and then I can guide them through.
Even if they don't already know, we could put you on to different institutes for teaching.
Someone says congratulations to this project. We'd love to be part of the next one.
Yeah. Family Day, November. I don't remember the date yet, but it's usually an evening where
it's the
3rd of November, where we encourage family to come out. And again, the structure is kind of like the same, where we have a core band coming together, have musicians express themselves, have musicians. And for Project Music, improvisation is key, which is soloing. That's key, because we believe that everyone has a right to be able to improvise. You do not just learn to play an instrument and stay there. No, you have to express yourself on that instrument, and expressing yourself means improvisation and soloing on that instrument. It's like everybody has different ways of solving problems. So in a band where there are 5 people, the same song, that 5 person can express themselves differently on that same sound, and that's key. It's a right to be able to improvise, and Project Music focuses on that.
All right, as we wrap up, any final parting words, encouragement for people to come on out, and we have to have a further conversations. Doc, I'm not talking on the radio, I'm talking about you and I.
Okay.
You're my medical practitioner, you'll be my musical healer as well. Yeah, definitely, we have to talk. Okay, wrapping up.
So June 2nd, that's this Sunday, Dodgy Dog True Blue at 5 p.m.
Right, and my final words are that we now know in medicine and in science that there is an area of neurology called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to develop new neurological pathways through music. And so now within the medical fraternity, there is an avenue where music is used as part of healing. So it is not just an entertainment, it's a part of building your brain pathways and helping you to think differently and feel differently through music. So it's an evening of healing, it's an evening of entertainment, an evening of projection into the future, looking at our young people. But a lot of it is about having that healing, that calmness in your mind as you come to Project Music on June 2nd.
Folks, you heard the date, June 2nd at Doc. Project Music. I'm lost for words with this. The neuroplasticity has already taken effect on my head. Doc and Jaden, and the rest of the team at Project Music, all the best. It's a wonderful initiative, and I look forward to its future growth and development, and I'll get the good reports.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Folks, we'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got to do that program complements Real Value IGA. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Miss Faithlin's family drama continues with I Do by Urias Peters at Labucan Creative Center, Saturdays at 8 p.m., Sundays at 6 p.m., June 8th to 30th.
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners, and once again, a special good morning to you, Doc and Jaden, for that, interesting conversation this morning. It's now time for us, however, to do that promotion compliments Real Value IGA Supermarket. Every week, they have got a list of items that they've placed on special just for you, the frequent shoppers. And this week, here is that list of items. I know my master control gentleman, Dorian, is going to push them up via our television platform. So let's do this. And this week we start off with the bran flakes, enriched bran flakes. It was $14.25. It's now $11.60. So you're saving a total of $2.63. We also have the Top Ramen. Yeah, Nissin Top Ramen Shrimp Pack. It was $14.75. It's now $9.60. So you're saving a total of $5.25. That's a real saving. Shrimp Ramen. Could you imagine this? Okay. Duncan Hines Fudge Marble Cake Mix. It was $16.75. It's now $11.80. So you're saving a total of $4.95. Lovely. We also have the Waitrose Forest Fruit Mix, 450 grams. It was $22. It's now $18.95. You're saving a total of $3.05. Yep. Pearl Milling Company Original Pancake Syrup, 24 ounces, was $29.50. It's now $19.95. So you're saving $9.55. Cheez-It White Cheddar baked snack crackers, 351 grams. It was $27.53. It's now $19.15. So you save a whopping $8.38. Ocean Spray Cran Cherry Juice, 64 full ounces. It was $23.02. It's now $17.90. So you're saving a total of $5.12. Rotel Original Diced Tomatoes and Green Chilies, 283 grams. It was $12.50. It's now $9.15, so you save a total of $3.35. The Prego Chunky Garden Combo, 673 grams. It was $20. It's now $10. So you're saving a total of $10. So those are the list of items that are down for you this week on special discounted savings at Real Value IGA. Going out and take advantage. I remember in this day and age, every penny counts. It makes a difference. You can circumvent it to something else. All right, so going down to Real Value IGA and take advantage of these great savings there. Right, it's now 10 minutes on to 8 o'clock and the conversation continues. There was a topic that I would have liked to look at this morning. However, time wouldn't permit it. So hopefully tomorrow we will get into that conversation. An idea that a gentleman shared with me last night in a particular place, we were having a deep conversation and some ideas came up and I wanted to share it with us this morning. But we do not have sufficient time to go through it. So what I'm going to do at this time, I'm going to, look at, as a matter of fact, I'm going to listen to you, all right? And, let your voice be heard this morning. And just speaking back on yesterday, yesterday a number of calls came in as it relates to the response from the administration as it pertains to crime and violence and so forth. And I should have asked that question, but nonetheless, let's entertain this caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thanks very much, sir. I hope you don't vex with me. Anyhow, I don't care if you vex with me. A lot of us are making too many mistakes. For example, I recently heard maybe a few minutes or a few seconds that discount have been given through a certain form. And the discount might be 2%, 1%, or $1. The only how we could talk about total discount is when we add a possible subtract. So that's one thing I want somebody to learn. I hope it's not you. Another thing I heard recently, yes, the court is expected to show more light, to show more light. I don't know how you people could use expected and to showed. Anyhow, too many mistakes have been made. Some of us know too much. As for example, even me myself know too much, but I know enough that could propel me with good living through the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Never a dull moment in Grenada, never a dull moment. All right, let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Innocent. How are you doing, Dudu?
I am doing fine. How about you?
I'm blessed. I'm so happy we get a little rain.
Yes.
I just want to thank the government for this law they passed concerning the guns. Our government have all the right to protect the citizens. You can't let a group of people just come and terrorize your people. So happy for what you all do to pass this law. And last, before I run out, I find Miss Daisy Hazard get and just like some parents would like to swear for the children. My children doesn't thief, my children doesn't do nothing. And when you sit down in the veranda there, you see police pull up. When they come inside your house, they get all the guns in the child room. If you hear a union man say something, all about his union, meet him and find out sometime what he hear, you don't hear. I didn't road and I don't hear. She should go wrong to the workers and them and find out what's going on, because you hear workers and all getting vexed with some workers. They come in late, they go in early, they don't doing their work, they hiding and everything. So she don't know what the other union know. But anyhow, I'm glad let they fight among their own self. I'm glad my husband working again, because sometimes you have to wash, cook, start and the union getting the juice before even the wife they home, and then they have workers sit down with under government for 18 years on contract. They never stand up for them. So I will fight all the battle. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Yeah, it's 6 minutes on to 8 o'clock. I have witnessed a few jam sessions. I'm begging folks to go take it in. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Gordon, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
So you're forgetting Santiago. I'm alive and well in God's wall and listen to all news every night. The network is not enough loud. Too low down. You can't hear the news when the night going on. It's so low down you can't hear what's going on.
Okay.
I listen to news and I want to hear the news at night. And don't only wait till a holiday gone to bring the news. Bring the news holiday and a holiday. Let us know what's going on. Look at the three guys who do the people, the woman and the man, the boat. They up to now you can't hear nothing again. All you know is going on the wrong side. Fix the network and get the news on.
Okay. Thank you. Today, I think it's the rain. The people have gotten unaccustomed to rain, so the rain has kind of interfered with people's psyche this morning. I don't know why. Good morning, caller. Good morning. All right, you're the weakest link. Yep, you're there. Good morning. Maybe she needs to turn off her TV or her radio. I'm not even going there this morning. Mikey Hutchinson, good morning, my brother. How are you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Right. Miss Glenda, you're something else. So says Sharon. Okay, let's do this. Good morning, caller.
Morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to the program.
There's a certain amount of deception in that IGA advertisement that you're always coming up with. Because the only how you could benefit from that kind of advertisement is if you have an IGA shopping card. It's not for the general shopping public, as you might say.
Didn't you hear me say up front is for the regular shoppers?
You say frequent shoppers, but frequent shoppers is not just somebody who go in there. I'm always there.
Okay.
But I don't have an ICA card. I can benefit from that.
Well, if you want to benefit, just get a card.
Go to the cashier. Who said the person could afford a card? That's all part of the thing too.
All right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Because I have card for another place, and I don't have to have the card to benefit from the.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you. God, thank you for the rain this morning. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, the program is with Doc this morning, Dr. Martin and the gentleman this morning. I talked on the radio for the past time about it in the case, but I will be refresh it again. Now, yes, as a good music man who retire from government working in any case as Zach Clarkson. I don't know, good music man in Grenada still alive in any case, you know. Build a school. And like the Chinese to supply the instrument for we and other and teach people music free. You know, get the young people involved in anything a long time. You know, I talk about that a long time ago, but nobody take it. I mean, you know. But I'll talk about it again. Dr. The Clarkson, they home right now, just home. He's a good music man. The tuning music was up top class in the cabin. He's from Mr. Clarkson, you know, in the days gone by, you know. Yeah, he tuned other Trinidad music in Trinidad in the days gone by.
Okay.
So we have him, you know, just home, sit down, just doing nothing. Build a school, put a building somewhere, a building down, and ask the Chinese to supply with it and teach people and bring all the other people retire out music inside and teach people free. So people will be always in. I mean, instead you sing a song, you would sing and you can't play an instrument. You go play an instrument in any case, you know.
Okay.
Nobody will take the idea from people who give it in any case. You know? If the politicians listen, Grenadian people good for the years gone by, and MP was in the sea. We're not going to be a better country now.
Okay.
Advice free on the radio sometimes, but then taking it, then putting it in practice, then listen.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much for your advice this morning. 435-2041. We've got just about a minute to spare on the program. Let's see who that lucky caller would be. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Innocent.
Welcome to the program.
There's two things I wanted to speak about, but I'll just get to one. It's to do with the CXC's intention of dropping a number of subjects, including agriculture science. It shows how hypocritical we are in the region. If we're talking about food security and so on, and self-sufficiency in food production, how come we are dropping agriculture science? That was not the main thing I wanted to speak about. I don't have the time.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll get time next time. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Folks, it's 30 seconds away from 8 o'clock. First of all, the Chinese are not going to give us the equipment for free. They'll want something in return. And why is it that some of us are always talking about free? That should be free and that should be free. The amount of things some of us want for free. Okay. All right. Let me see here. For free, I wonder where the government of Grenada will be getting that money from. In any case, folks, this is as far as we can go with the program this morning. Thank you for your participation and your contribution to the program. If the good Lord spare our lives, we'll have another program tomorrow morning. We've got to join the BBC. I love you. Bye-bye.